They hate me.
How about this?
You're not making no sense.
You're
Do you think
asking me
all
how a
women?
horse
Do
acts.
you think the women who are born females are all can have babies? Is that what you're saying? So the ones who can't have babies are not a women, right? Is that what you're telling me?
No. If you're born with
So
a
what are you
vagina,
telling
you're a
me,
woman. If
babes?
you're born
I'm
with a
sorry.
penis, you're a man. Period.
How would you know that?
That's
How would you know someone's born with a penis? How would you know?
It's pretty obvious.
Okay,
If
break it
you
down
go
for
through
us.
extensive,
Okay, break it down for us.
a man born a man will never be a woman. Show me one man.
According to who?
Show me one man
According
that's
to
ever
who?
got pregnant. Show me one man
According
that's
to
ever got pregnant.
who? According to who? You're making
Show
a
me
claim
one
that a man
man that's
can't
ever
be a
got pregnant.
woman. According to who? Who said that a man can't be a woman? Who said that?
God, the Bible.
God?
show me the
Yeah,
scripture.
Ah!
Show me the scripture right now.
Listen,
the
we
Bible.
some of us don't believe in your fairy tale friends around here. Like I get it, y'all wanted us to believe that Santa Claus existed. Now we know that Santa Claus don't exist. Now y'all can't even prove that your God exists. So let's leave religion out of it. What else do you have?
You're a Kamala voter, aren't you?
I didn't vote for her. I didn't vote for your friend neither. So
You don't know
are
who
you
I
going to
voted
answer
for.
my question or are you going to keep deflecting?
You don't have a question.
You don't have nothing else.
What is your question? What
Martha, give us your age and pronouns, please.
My age is 43 and I'm a woman, so pronouns are
I said your
based.
pronouns. I didn't
Yep.
ask you your
It's not
gender.
they're
So
not my
let's try
pronouns.
this
They're just
again. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Give us your age and pronouns, babe. I'm just gonna move on to the next
43,
guest.
she, her, but can I call out the
Love that
manipulation?
for you. Love
Okay.
that for you. Give us your contentions to the background. How do you feel about it?
Okay, sorry if it's loud. I'm just on my treadmill uh, and if I'm sound out of breath. But so the background: trans women belong in the women's restroom. So of course they don't, because the women's restroom is meant to provide privacy and dignity and safety away from the male sex. And since
Privacy.
and since
Privacy
they
is
are the
left at
male sex,
home. In a public space, there's no such thing as privacy. That's where we have stalls, right? So
so
you can
the
use the bathroom in the stalls. Other than the stalls, there's no such thing as privacy in public spaces.
so the spaces are designated in public to provide privacy away from the male sex.
Where, can you bring
That's
up a source that says that? Can you back up that claim that that's what
well,
it's for?
that's why they're designated. Otherwise, they would just be
Okay, show
unisex.
us. Show us in black and white that that's what they designated for.
Okay, so why do you think they're designated
No, no,
then?
no,
Do you
no,
think?
no, no, no. That's not how you prove things by asking me
Well,
questions.
that's a
Can you
ridiculous
prove it?
to ask for a
Can you
source
prove it
for.
in black and white? Can you prove it
Okay,
in black and white?
I don't have a source that says the designation is for
Okay, yes, and
privacy.
let's not make claims that you can't. Let's not
Yeah, but
make claims
we're having a
when you
conversation.
can't back up when you
We're not
can't back
appealing
up
to
what you're
authority.
saying.
Okay, do you have a source that says that they're not for
I didn't.
privacy?
I didn't make the claim. You did. You
Okay,
did.
so any claim that I make, you want an authoritative source to back up anything I say?
Yes, I sure
So
do.
the sky is blue, and I have to
I
back that up with an authoritative
well, that's
source.
not the topic of the conversation, is it?
Okay, well, can we have a conversation that isn't
We can
ridiculous,
definitely have a
or what?
conversation about the bathrooms.
Okay, so how about this? How about I say, I believe that the spaces are, they say woman or female because they are meant to exclude
They say
males and
women.
men.
They say women. They don't say
Some of
female.
them say
They
female,
say women.
some of
Women
them
and
say
female are
female.
not the same. They say woman, not female. Okay.
Oh, this is bad,
Some of
Martha.
them definitely say female. It depends on the building, it depends on the
Well,
space.
I don't know
But
where
they
you've
all,
been, but
but
we don't
anyway,
see that in America. We don't see women. It's usually like the sign where it's like a depiction of what a woman's supposed to look like a dress or
So why
something,
do you think
you
there's
know.
that
But it
designation on
doesn't
the
say
door?
female. It usually say women's or
Okay, so why do
ladies.
you think they're designating that on the door? Do you think it's because it's about whether you wear dresses or like pink, or do you think they're trying to designate a space for female bodies?
They're designated for women.
It's all about whether someone's wearing a dress or likes pink or has long hair. That's why they're designating that
However
space.
they see their womanhood.
Okay, so you think that we've designated the spaces in society for whatever people see themselves as. There's no objective there's no objective reason for the designation.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Like, you think it's just we designated these spaces for whatever people's expressions are, not because of any objective reality about bodies?
Well, if my gender identity is a woman and I see a space that says women's restroom, I'm going in there because that space is designated for me to use the
Okay,
restroom.
so you don't
Nothing
see
more,
women.
nothing less, but to use the restroom, wash my hands, and get out.
Do you see women as human beings?
I don't see you as a human being.
Harsh. Why don't you see me as a human being?
Really? That's
Yeah,
harsh
yeah.
compared to the shit that you said?
What did I say
Girl,
that
please. Let's
allows
not
you
do that
to
here.
dehumanize me?
You're
Like, what
not
did I
gonna play
say?
them games in this space.
Well, so I'm no longer human because of me saying that spaces are designated for women for our bodies.
Oh no.
So that
You've
makes
been
me no
not a
longer human
woman.
in your eyes.
You've been not a human when you decided to stand against inclusivity and equality for people regardless of your bigoted views. I get it that you would rather be raped every day and or your child be raped every day instead of being authentically themselves. But you don't have no fight. You don't have no fight in this.
Do you wanna have this
You
conversation, or do you just wanna like?
you can't win in this space,
Don't talk
babe.
over the host.
It's a bathroom that trans women have been using for longer than you've been born, and
So,
somehow you're trying to paint a narrative that that space not meant for them. Well, I'm sorry, sweetheart. That space is meant for trans women too. No matter how you paint what sex look like or what gender looks like, that's just what it is.
okay, so do you understand that the space is there to give women and girls privacy and dignity and safety away
It's a
from males,
bathroom. It's a
or do you
space to
think?
use. It's a space to use the restroom
Right, but why do you
and
think it's
wash your
designated though?
hands.
Is what I'm asking. Like, why do you think it's not all just unisex?
I don't care about unisex restrooms. I'm talking about women's restrooms.
Well, I'm just asking, like, why do you think there's a designation of female or woman? Why do you think it doesn't
Why?
just say?
Why? Tell us. Oh my God. Like,
Well,
yes, we're listening. Why,
I'm.
Martha?
Oh my goodness. Do you want to have this conversation with me or no? It seems a
Not
little.
really, but hey, you're here.
Well, I mean, I'm here to have a convo, but if you don't want to have one, I don't want to do something you don't want to do.
Martha, just stop and tell us, why did they separate the bathrooms?
Okay, so it's not about whether a man doesn't like being male, or he likes dresses, or he likes pink, or he's got plastic surgery. It's for bodies. Like, it's actually for our female bodies because we have different female
That's a strong
biological
meaning. No, no,
bodies.
no, no. You're
We
strong
have.
meaning.
Oh, I thought you
Martha,
wanted to know why I
Martha,
think it's
Martha, no, no, no. You're strong
okay.
meaning. I just need to know, why did they separate the bathrooms?
So that women and girls who have different bodies than men and boys can have privacy, dignity, and safety away from the male sex, so we can
That's
deal
not
with
why
those
they separated
Not why.
bathrooms.
so we can deal with those female bodies with privacy, dignity, and safety away
That
from the
is
males.
not why they separated bathrooms. You're
Well,
very educated.
that's
You're
why.
very educated, Martha. Why don't you actually tell me the real reason why they separated
Well, that's
bathrooms?
why it's a human right under the UN and the Geneva Convention, so that women can get an education, so that women can
Martha,
actually participate
you're
in
strong meaning
society.
again.
I'm not.
I need
Strawmanning is
you.
saying
I need
that
you.
you're saying something. I'm not saying
I
you're saying
need you to
anything.
understand. No, I need you to tell me the exact reason why they separated bathrooms. Stop dodging the question.
So that women and girls could
That
participate
is
more in
not why they
society.
separated bathrooms.
Okay, well then, why do you think? Go ahead. If you have a different opinion, then
When
you can
were
tell me.
women able to get jobs?
Well, there was the Industrial Revolution that women really wanted single sex spaces because when the men went off to war, women went to work a lot and they were being voyeured, harassed, indecently exposed to, intimidated, raped, beaten. And so they wanted single sex spaces so that they could function at work without being voyeured upon, harassed, raped, indecently exposed to, intimidated, etc. So that was one of the main pushes.
When exactly were women able to get jobs?
I don't know. You tell me.
You don't know when
I would say the Industrial Revolution was when single-sex spaces were pushed for.
Okay, so when women were able to get jobs, was that when bathrooms were separated?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? How do you hold a topic on bathrooms and you're not even aware of?
Well, you're asking me something that I don't think is relevant to what's going on in society.
Actually, it is, because if you wanna debate something, Martha, you need to know the history of it, and if you don't know the history on it, then don't debate it.
Because I don't really care when exactly we got bathrooms or things. We want privacy and dignity away from the male sex.
Yeah, no, again, so you're just ignorant, right? Martha, because obviously you don't know the history. If you don't know the history, don't debate it. The reason why the bathrooms were separated was because men were uncomfortable with sharing bathrooms with women.
Do you think women don't need privacy away from males while we're pulling our pants down?
I think that absolutely. I think we should have floor-to-ceiling stalls.
So you do think we need privacy? So what's the problem?
I think everyone needs privacy, whether you're a man or a woman.
Okay, but do you think that there should just be no female-only spaces, and we should have unisex, but it's all private unisex? What are you talking
about female-only spaces? What does that mean?
It means spaces that are only for females. Like, for
Martha,
example,
you do debate that trans women are females, right?
You think they're female?
Yeah, I debate that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a level of delusional that I don't think you guys usually claim.
No, I debate that trans women are females.
See, wow.
Yeah, because my paperwork definitely says male to female transgender, and my paperwork definitely says female. So
I want to let you guys know something. Like, there's always people defending you and saying they don't actually think they're female. They understand they're men. They just have disorder, blah blah. And you guys are getting to the level of
we're here alive and well, speaking for ourselves. So
you do know it's not possible to change sex, right?
According to who?
Who said that?
To science,
who said that the sex
prove that. Prove that.
I can actually, Martha. Who said that the sex was being changed? What if we were always female? We were just assigned wrong at birth.
So are you saying you have a DSD?
No.
That's a female DSD?
That's not what I'm claiming.
Oh, okay. What are you claiming?
I'm claiming, guys, can you stop with the DMs? I know it's Martha. I know who Martha is. I don't care. I don't care.
I don't usually go on ops panels because of this very reason, but I do want to have a conversation if you guys actually want to. But if you want to just be shitty, I can just go.
Of course it's gonna be shitty.
Well, why? Why can't we just have an actual conversation? Why does it always have to be this divide and nobody can talk to each other?
Martha,
why? How would we do that?
That's literally it.
We would never be comfortable for you.
Okay, so you don't.
I'm gonna ask you a simple question. What is the necessary condition to be a female?
Your body needs to be organized around the production of large gametes.
What if the
that creates thousands of differences? There's not one difference. There's thousands of differences, but it's a pathway, right? So it creates. It's the body that's organized around the production of large gametes, and every single female has a body that's organized around the production of large gametes, whether or not those gametes are working, whether or not there's a DSD present. There's zero males that have a body organized around the production of large gametes.
Can you elaborate on that, please? What else? Please, I'm actually curious because I think your definition.
So what don't you understand? What do you need further elaboration?
No, because your definition, I think, aligns with trans women. So can you?
Okay, so you think that men who are pretending to be women have bodies organized around the production of large gametes?
I think that they have similar characteristics to the female sex. Yes.
Well, because they're inducing it through wrong sex hormones, but that doesn't make them female. Wrong sex hormones don't make men female. They can induce gynecomastia. they can induce like secondary sex characteristic changes that are false, like they're not naturally occurring. You have to force it with wrong sex hormones. It doesn't actually change anyone's sex.
So I'm not saying it's changing sex. So when we talk about quantifiers and when we talk, I'm actually going to give the answer, Katie, if that's okay with you.
Good. I'm just here to be Martha's face.
So
this is what
I
Martha
gotta go
looks like.
sweat on the ground.
This is Martha's face. Just remember this.
Hey, why are you obsessed with me, though,
This
Katie?
is
It's a bit
Martha's
weird.
face.
Martha,
Like,
we made.
Do you know how not obsessed with you I am? But
Martha,
the fact that
can
you're
you
obsessed with
relax?
me is a bit weird.
I'm not
But anyway,
obsessed
sorry.
with you. This is just your face. That's it. That's all I'm here for.
You have
To
my
just show
picture on your
people.
phone. That's really weird.
This is
your
just
picture
to
is
show people
everywhere.
what you look like. This is
I don't
just
have
to
your
show
picture
people
on
what
my
you look
phone, I'll
like.
tell you that much.
This is just to show
okay.
people what you look like.
Oh, okay, well,
In her
This is-
defense, your
great.
picture is everywhere.
Okay, have fun with my picture on your
Yeah,
phone.
that's
But anyway,
nice.
go
Anyway,
ahead, go ahead.
this is just your picture. Don't worry. I'm
Okay,
only
do you
here
want
to
to have
show
a debate
people.
or not, or you just want to? Like,
Oh, by the
do
way, Martha, I do mean this. I feel sorry for you.
sweat on dog
Martha,
wax, right?
Martha,
You mean that, right?
Martha, I feel sorry for you because every time we have ops come up here,
Every time
they
I go
always,
sweat on the
hold
ground, you feel sorry for me?
Hold on.
Sorry, I actually
Every
do want to have a
time-
conversation if
hold
you guys
on.
want to.
Every time we have ops up here, they always peg you for a trans woman.
Well, that's
always
because you
said that
say
you're
you are,
man.
though. That's because
And
you
I
say
feel
it. Like I
sorry
saw
for
your
you.
little scheme. It was funny.
I feel
Yeah.
sorry
You
for
could
you.
you could take any
I
person's
feel-
picture
I
and be
feel
like,
sorry for you.
"I'm a
It's
trans
okay.
woman. This
It's
is who I
okay.
am."
It's okay.
not what
If
we
you
said.
imply that
sorry
the
for
picture's
you.
male, of course they're gonna say
It's
that.
okay.
Like,
Why she
I'm
look
gonna
like
walk on
she's
mute now so you
sweating?
can keep getting handled. It's okay.
okay.
It's
Well,
okay.
Why she
you
look like
keep
she's sweating?
you keep
Calm
obsessing
down,
over
honey.
me, and that you have fun
Don't
with that.
crash
But
out.
do you
It's
want to go
okay.
back to the
Calm,
debate or
baby.
no?
Actually,
Calm down, honey. Relax.
Good
I
girl.
want
Okay,
to.
I'm calm. I'm just chilling. Go ahead. Do you want to
Hey,
keep going, or should we just end it here, or what?
Yeah, no, we can
Are you
continue the debate.
Okay, let's go. Let's keep going then.
all right?
Okay, so your quantifier is having the characteristics to be able to give birth, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Okay.
I don't really say that. I say more like the body is organized around the production of large gametes, which is ova. Not everyone is fertile, though. Not everyone's able to give birth. There's a whole bunch of problems that could happen.
Right.
But if you want to compare that to males, like that's not comparable.
So what does that entail of? The capability of giving birth. Like, what is the whole?
A female reproductive system? Is that what you mean?
Is that the only reproductive system that is used while giving birth to have the capability to give birth?
Yeah, the female reproductive system is the only kind that can give birth. Yeah.
That's not the only process that is used, though, right? To have that capability.
What do you mean? Sorry, I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah, no. And when we're talking about the sex system, right? There's more than just one quantifier for females to be able to have the capability to give birth. It's not just that. It's not just having the ovaries, right, or the capability. There's also other factors like the brain, the hormone levels, second sex characteristics, first sex characteristics, etc., and more. It's not just the reproductive system. But without the reproductive system, I will say you can't have give birth, obviously. But there's other.
I could agree. That's why I said when a woman's body or a female's body is organized around the production of large gametes, that creates thousands of differences. There's 6,500 differences between the sexes. So yeah, it's not just like ovaries. It's not just like the uterus and ovaries and fallopian tubes, and it's like that's why we have different pelvises than men, and our whole entire bodies are female, and like I said, there's thousands of differences. So.
Yeah.
I guess I agree with what you're saying.
Okay, so because you agree, in science, have you ever heard of the Gestalt system? Gestalt principle.
No, I have not.
Did I say that wrong?
I don't think I've heard of it anyway.
You didn't say it wrong.
Okay, the Gestalt principle. We use that.
Oh, Gestalt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I know of Gestalt in other contexts, but I don't really know what you're meaning on this context.
So yeah, and it basically means parts of the whole makes the whole, right? So if something has similarities, we use it for people with different traits that may consider to be in the basically in the how can I say this without being ableist, but basically in the you know. I'm trying not to be say this in the be ableist, but people who have Down syndrome, right? There's different levels of people with Down syndrome, right? And we use the Gestalt principles and similarities to those principles to diagnose what type of spectrum you're in. Would you agree or disagree?
Yeah, there's different spectrums in different things. Like disorders have spectrum.
Right.
Sometimes,
so,
yeah.
So when we come, and this is not a pivot, but when it comes to when we're talking about trans women they have a lot of similarities to the female sex, such as hormone levels, blood counts. They have some of them have bone structures have changed, similarities, and second